Protocols are agreements on how networks can talk to each other, so data can pass between networks. Here we can see some of the things protocols need to deal with on this slide. For a message to be sent from one computer to another, it needs to go through a series of layers. Each layer has a specific job to do in order for this to occur. It is the protocols in these layers that do all the hard work to make sure the data is sent and received correctly. The layers are represented in a model. Here is the TCP IP model, which shows the layers. Any message needs to go through these layers both when it is sent and received by the other computer. The TCP IP model is also known as the Department of Defense model. What I will do is explain what happens in each layer and how these protocols work. The application layer is where the user uses an application program like Outlook to send an email, or use an internet browser like Safari or some other browser to request a website. Three things happen in the application layer. First of all, the application software makes a connection to the receiver end. Then, whatever website has been requested is converted into a numeric address, an IP address. Finally, if it is a long message, it is broken into smaller messages so it is easier to transmit. The Internet layer is all about routing. Here, the IP protocol in this Internet layer looks for the most efficient route for the message to take to its destination. The link layer's job is to ensure that the message arrives at its destination correctly. To make sure the message is correct, transmission error checks are made. If there are errors, the message is resent. The file transfer protocol is found in the application layer. FTP allows a client computer to request a certain file from the server, and the server sending that file back. FTP works by having two connections made between the computers. One connection will transfer the data, one line at a time. The second connection controls how quickly that data is transferred. Files transferred by FTP are compressed to save disk space. For the receiving computer to receive these files, that computer must have a decompression program. The Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is concerned about sending and receiving email messages. When a user writes an email message using Outlook or Hotmail or whatever, that message is converted into an SMTP packet by this protocol. The packet will also have the sender's and receiver's address attached to it. This packet then goes to a mail server. The mail server software is run and reads the SMTP address and sends it on to its destination. The destination server will now store that message in the receiver's mailbox on the server until the user checks their mail. HyperText Transfer Protocol is used to access data on the World Wide Web, such as data, audio and video. Have a look at the video underneath this one to see how HTTP works. Wireless Application Protocol are a group of communication protocols to make a standard way for mobile devices to use access and display the Internet. Here is how it works. The mobile device makes a request to the user's Internet service provider. This request goes through what is called a WAP gateway. Its job is threefold. Firstly, to see what device is being used. This is important as the website needs to be perfectly presented depending on the size of the screen. Secondly, what type of functionality does the phone have? This will decide how the mobile device can use the websites. finally, can the phone authenticate the owner and therefore make purchases through the phone? WAP is becoming increasingly important as networks get faster, devices become more powerful, and websites provide better content.